We're in the big city.
So we're gonna open this one.
We are headed to a YouTube event. It's like a creators event, and it's supposed to be kind of like a workshop. So we'll learn more about how to make our channel better and like search engine optimization and all that fun stuff. You excited?
Yeah. The morning is going to be like a creators roundtable where we just sit and discuss. The afternoon is a content lab 1.0, I think. Content lab. But Prince from Urban Acolyte is going to be here, so I'm excited to actually finally meet him in person.
Yeah.
In half a mile, the destination is on your right. Rome Innovative Workplace, Webhead.
Yeah.
Now you ready?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? We are at Rome again. This is day 3, I guess, of the Creator Day in Atlanta. We spent the last 2 days here learning as students, and they asked us to come back today on Saturday and answer some questions for some smaller YouTube channels. I was actually one of those channels 2 years ago. I came to this event and had people to ask questions, and I always appreciated that. So I thought it would be fun to come back and be on the other side of it.
Who here recognizes any of these names? Hands up? Okay, well they are here with us, ladies and gentlemen. And it is my honor and privilege to introduce all of them to you today. What we're going to be doing is a speaker panel where I'm going to ask them a few questions and they will share with us their personal journeys to getting to this level on YouTube. We know that a lot of you are newer to the platform, maybe you're just starting out, maybe you've been doing it a while and you're still figuring it out. They are going to have some really great insight that we can't exactly tell you with our data and analytics. These are going to be real stories from real people who have done it, and they're all local to this area. Star Wars Explained makes understanding the many characters, films, and storylines easy and entertaining. So it's one huge one-stop shop for all things Star Wars. Please welcome to the front the power couple that is Alex and Molly. Okay, so we've got a ton of creators here today, all from very different backgrounds, and you all come from different backgrounds and content topics as well. So I was hoping that we could just go down the line and each of you can tell us how you got started on YouTube.
Star Wars was always like my first childhood obsession. I got into it when I was 8, read all the books, all the comics, and for whatever reason just fast forward to my 20s and I still remembered everything about it. I assume a lot of you know about Dragon Con since it's here in Atlanta. In 2 weeks. They have a yearly Star Wars trivia contest. And so I started participating in that, and I always did pretty well. And every year, I was like, I'm going to study this next year. I'm going to win it one of these years. And then I decided to finally actually start studying, and I also have a background in kind of video marketing and SEO, and I was like, I could document my studying, make videos about it. And so I just started doing like little videos about one topic at a time, and people responded to it and started following it and really liked it. So I went from going 3 videos a week to 5 and eventually 7, which is what we're doing now.
Madman.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow. Sometimes 8.
Well, yeah, we can get into that later, but like Roberto said, do what you love, do what you know, and I know Star Wars for whatever reason, and it just clicks with me, and so I just kept on doing it. Molly is my wife, and we started tag teaming it, and she's doing all the social media, and now we're doing a vlog channel that she handles all of that. Anything you want to add? Okay.
Okay, so you guys have told us the origin story, and I know you skip over a lot of the grind and the grit and the things that go into it to start building up from zero. So can you guys just tell us a little bit about how you set yourself up at the beginning to grow more? Like, what was your schedule like? What was your mindset in making sure you were doing this and like continuing and being committed to it?
Yeah, I agree with the consistency. When I was starting, I had a full-time job, but I did go in with a plan and goals. I wanted YouTube to be eventually a full-time thing that we could do, and so I decided to do 3 videos a week, and I decided I wanted to start January 2015. So before that, I made like 4 weeks worth of content. So I was already ahead of the game. I wanted to go in and not have to scramble every single week to make 3 more videos. And I was able to keep that up, keep 4, and then it got to like 6 weeks ahead. I also, when I started, I was doing very short videos. We used to be called Star Wars Minute, and I would just do 1-minute videos on one topic. Something I saw other Star Wars channels doing was they were doing like 20, 30-minute videos, and I was like, I don't have time to watch that. I want to be a little different and keep them really short. So that actually worked out great because having a full-time job, it's so much easier to make a 1 to 2 minute video than a 30-minute video, and then yeah, keep that consistency up. As I got the workflow down, I was able to start increasing it to 5 times a week, and then I got it up to 7. And now, yeah, we make 8 videos a week. We release 7, but we're always getting just a little bit ahead of the game, so if something comes up and I have to skip a week or we take vacation, it doesn't really matter. I just can take a week off and let it go.
Yeah, when we first started, like you said, all of our videos were just short, under a minute videos, mostly character profiles, focusing on one character or one thing. And what really helped was we would ask people to post requests in the comments section. So we had a plethora of topics to talk about just by asking people to see what they wanted to see. So that was really helpful in the beginning.
Okay. Well, I mean, thank you guys for sharing your process and how you got started. Sounds great, sounds consistent, sounds like you guys know what you're doing. But tell us, have you ever had a slump? And how have you gotten over it, if you have?
Absolutely, especially just with the content that we deal with. The release schedule of Star Wars content is a couple of times a year, so interest goes up and then interest goes way, way down. So yeah, we've dealt with lots of slumps.
Yeah, if I hadn't have had last year, I would be freaking out right now, because right now our channel is pretty low compared to like December when a movie comes out, huge spike, and then it usually rides out until about March or April, and then it starts to fall off. But now we're like right in the middle between 2 Star Wars movies where interest is at its lowest. And we still get comics and shows and books that I can talk about, and those are like little spikes here and there, and those are nice. But yeah, it's kind of just, for those types of slumps, it's just, you gotta have some savings and write it out a little bit, get a little more creative.
Things are very topical, so
yeah.
like, how do you deal with it in between time?
I just keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, we're still growing, and like I say we're in a slump, but like a bad month for us this year is still way better than it was last year. Like, you just have to keep track of your analytics and keep your mind on where you came from, so you don't really feel that bad.
I was gonna say, that would be a time where we would go through our backlog of requests and just try to find some really, really like obscure, interesting topics to cover during a slump, something that no one would normally think about, but would be interesting to talk about.
So you literally tap into your community for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of these forms of inspiration, you guys have mentioned again and again, your community, the people that comment, give you ideas, really interesting ideas. So let's flip it to the other side of that community, to the dark side of that community. How do you deal with negativity?
Yeah, I mean, the internet is full of bullies and people who just wake up in the morning and their sole purpose is to make your day terrible. And honestly, we have to just ignore them. Just ignore those comments. It's hard to read through all those comments, and it's easy to let it get to you and just like take it really personally. But there's so much that we just have to ignore. Say, okay, they're just having a bad day, or they're just here to cause drama, and you know, you just have to deal with it, ignore it, try to stay positive.
Sometimes I will go in, like, I can't tell you how many times I've written just like a scathing response to someone that I would just then delete, and then sometimes I'll come back and I guess I try to have the mindset of killing kindness. Like, yeah, maybe they are just having a bad day. And sometimes they do have legit criticism. They're saying it in an awful way, but I will address it, and people will see that. And I've had people say, like, I can't believe how chill you are. And I'm like, well, you don't know what I wrote before. But
use your aggressive feelings.
I will also say that I have a folder of comments that I have saved that meant a lot to me. So if I ever just feel down, discouraged, I'll just open up that folder and like read through some previous comments
Yeah, no, that's brilliant.
that made me feel really good about myself, and it usually negates whatever that one guy said. So
Yeah, go for it.
we actually have a small little group of other Star Wars channels that, I mean, I chat with them like on an almost daily basis, and we have what we call therapy sessions where we just like share comments and like, can you believe this guy? And like they'll say one back, and it's like it helps to know that everyone is dealing with it. It's not just you. Those people are everywhere.
Yeah. Also, it's really nice to actually see someone in the comment section defend you. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even mention that. You can get to the point where your own fans will defend you again. Like, they'll be the ones to say what you want to say to them.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like,
And then you just like heart the comment, like you just like leave it, just like
Pinned. Yeah.
I used to work at a search engine optimization agency, and I hate SEO. I always tell people, like, worry about your content first. Like, I don't worry about clickbait. I hate clickbait, and there are a lot of Star Wars channels that do clickbait, and nobody respects them because the video is not about what they said it was. So I do worry about SEO to the degree, like, where if I do a video about Darth Vader, I'm going to obviously put Darth Vader in the title so it can try to rank for that, but I would just focus on making great content first that people will start to trust you, and you'll build a much more loyal fan base that way. I would say just content first, SEO comes after that. As long as you're making good videos, you're going to build an audience.
We would love if you could stay. Thank you so much for being here already. This was amazing. You're all amazing. Let's have a round of applause for our panelists.
Eclipse party. Woo!
Just waiting. It's almost there. Stay on target, Moon.